Hey Google, home defense. Hey guys, it's Eric here with Bear Arms. Wanted to do our second installment of Bear With Me. So today there were a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I finally got a bunch of the videos out that I had owed you guys, so I'm going to do some follow-ups and updates in this video. I wanted to talk about the current state of affairs with Bear Arms and kind of how we got here and why we're here. And then lastly, I just wanted to let you all know that I am registered with the National Shooting Sports Foundation, so that went through. So we are an NSSF member. So first and foremost, where we are and why we're here. So I started this business while deployed. It was a concept that I had and something that I thought was lacking back here. So started the business back at the beginning of the year before everything went crazy. Ended up coming home and all of the plans that I basically had in place, like where I planned on training and that kind of stuff, kind of fell through. So we're kind of scrambling, trying to find some new alternatives. COVID is still making that very hard, so most of the lecture halls and places that you could rent out aren't available right now. The couple that are available are super crazy expensive. I can't find a good solution to classrooms right now. Not that we're going to have giant classes, but you still need a space to put people to teach them. Most of our coursework can be done individually and at people's houses. I could host some events here at my house if, it led to that. There are a couple of options. None of them are great. I'm still looking for a decent classroom setting. I'm also kind of looking for a range. I had originally had a buddy that we were thinking about building a range there. That might still happen. I'm not sure what's going on with all of that. I'm thinking about building a range on my property. I've worked with a range, the local range that I shoot at. I'm trying to become like an adjunct instructor there so I can maybe use his range for the qualification portions and taking people to shoot. I'm looking at some sportsmen's clubs and that kind of stuff, but all of those take time. You have to build relationships. Even if you're a member there, you have to get the board to sign off on you shooting or vice versa. And a lot of ranges, they already have instructors or they are instructors, so you can't just be like, well, I'm going to start teaching my curriculum and use your range to shoot. Like, that's not how this works. So it's a kind of difficult place that I've put myself. So that's kind of what we're working through. I'm also looking into some virtual options. Obviously, you can't do all of the course of fire and live fire exercises virtually, but if I get this virtual training aid, then we can do a lot more dry fire training and kind of like judgmental and response training that is great training. And then we can add that live fire piece in and get used to the recoil management and everything. So it definitely would help and open up some avenues. We're just that's kind of where we're at. So there are options. I'm still working through them. I'm open to ideas still. Some people have chimed in with some stuff. If it weren't so freaking hot, we could go like do some outdoor, like just at a park and set up a outdoor area. It would be great to do stuff like that, but it's so stinking hot and no one wants to sit in a classroom outside for 6 to 8 hours in the heat with bugs and everything. It's just not enjoyable. So looking for those options, trying to figure that out. I don't know how soon I could build a range on my property. I could possibly build a classroom in my garage if I finish that up, but I mean, it's still a working garage. It's kind of hot. Like, it's not a great solution. It's just a worst case scenario to get the ball rolling kind of thing. So the next thing was the War Poet. So an update on that. I used it for my course of fire for the certified instructor course that I went to. Put another 50 rounds through it there. That's about all the shooting I've done with it since that last cleaning review that I posted earlier. Gun is phenomenal. I've had 0 failures so far. I have no idea what the range ammo was. It was just kind of like some bagged ammo that you had to buy at the range. So I'm not exactly sure what brand or anything. Fed just fine, no issues. 50 out of 50 qual. It was great, you know, no issues, no hiccups. I've been carrying it now. My Tier 1 concealed holster came in, as you guys saw, so I'm carrying that gun as my everyday carry now. And it's awesome. I plan on, like I said, hopefully the range will let me shoot some video next time, but I plan on going and shooting some defensive loads to see how they react, how the pistol handles them, and which ones shoot better. And then I will confirm what I'm actually going to start carrying. Right now I'm loaded with the SIG M17 rounds because that's what I had available. Every other firearm I've usually carried the critical defense rounds, or critical duty rounds. So I'm going to shoot those two, maybe get some other ones just to try them out and see what they do. But the range that I shoot at, they allow some defensive loads downrange, so you can get a feel for it, which is great because a lot of ranges don't offer that, and you have to shoot your defensive ammo. I mean, you can't just trust your life to it and never fire it out of your gun. So I'm gonna do that and get hopefully get some footage of that. And I can't promise that, but I'm gonna try. Worst case, I'll do an after action and just let you know how it went. And then the safe. So that safe is pretty awesome. It does have a battery backup. The stickers were those little things I saw in there. So basically I think there were 4 RFID tokens that came with it, and then the 2 keys. And that one, I haven't looked too much into it. I haven't figured it out. I think it's a slightly different model than the other ones, so I don't think there's a finger like button kind of thing. That button on top that in the video, you're like, oh, this is weird. I don't know what this is. Feels like it's gonna come off. So you press that to activate it. So it goes into like an off mode when it's just sitting there, so it doesn't kill your battery life. Then you press that to activate it, it turns on, and then you swipe your RFID token over top of it and it opens up. It is pretty cool. You can move the, so like where it's hinged, it kind of has some feeder tabs that you can push in if you need it to open all the way. It does not open all the way every time. Like that's a manual thing you have to go in and do. But it does do that if you need it to for whatever reason. You can get the gun in and out pretty quickly and pretty easily as is, but it is super convenient, super awesome. I use it when I'm traveling pretty much all the time now. It is way easier and I'm way more comfortable with it than like the coated lock, where the little roller wheels that have like 0 through 9 on it. Those aren't quick. They're pretty easy to defeat, and it's just, I don't like them. So the Rapid Safe is my new preferred mobile safe as of right now. Like I said, it's quick, it's easy, it's relatively robust. I mean, all of those kinds of things you could break into relatively easily. You're gonna steal the whole safe, so you either need to bolt it down in your vehicle if you don't want that to happen, or keep it definitely out of sight, or take it with you if you can. Most of the time it's like a backup safe for like the hotel or wherever I'm staying kind of thing. And then it comes out of the car, goes in with me, stays there until I leave, and then I keep it locked up in the car while I'm traveling unless I'm allowed to carry in that state. But it's an awesome safe. It should still be available. I'll look for a direct link. I think they might have made a new model, which is the one with the finger buttons too. So it's basically the same thing. It just has the option to do a code with your fingers. I think it's like 4 digits or something, like pattern recognition, like some of the other safes. I don't have that one, so I'm not positive. But it is pretty cool. Everything is good to go, and I think that's about all I got for you guys. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If you have ideas for where we could do some training, or you want some training at your home. I do still have like the airsoft weapons and the UTM stuff, so we can do some simulation recoil. It's still not going to be the real deal, but we can do some shooting, both dry fire practice and like airsoft and the marksman or the target rounds from UTM. Those are all options. We can set that up basically in anyone's backyard, anywhere that we can get permission to do so. They're hearing safe. They're as close as it gets to live fire, pretty much, without shooting a real gun or using like a CO2 conversion in a real gun, which still is slightly not as powerful. Um, but yeah, I mean, those options exist. Let me know if you have any needs, and we'll take care of them. See you guys later.